What's going on, GYO family? I just wanted to share my vocal warm-up with you guys, just in case anyone's looking for different ways to warm up their vocals. I don't like doing any kind of exercise without warming up, so especially for such a small, delicate muscle as your vocal cords. So what I like to start with is just 3 deep breaths. By the way, this is the semi-extended version, so I have like a super long version, and we could probably do a super short version. This is the medium point between them. Just take 3 deep breaths. I make sure I'm getting into my stomach, and I can feel it ideally all the way around. Expanding, not just into the pregazluk, but also into the back and sides a little bit. I learned that from Eric Arsenault. His channel is awesome for vocal stuff. I'll see if I'll put a link below for that. So after I've got the basic, breathing mechanism going, I do some Oommms and start warming up. And I like to work with the piano. If you guys have a piano, you can do all of these exercises without a piano, but because I'm a piano player, I got one, so it's pretty nice. Ha 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 ha. Anyways, helps you stay in key, helps you stay on point. If you like to practice piano and vocals at the same time, if you aim to be a Stevie Wonder, then yeah, start now. I'll start like in the middle of my range with some just Oommms. I'd say maybe the lower middle end of my range. I don't want to go too high because I don't want to strain them. I also don't start super low because I think either extreme is possibly a bit much. Just like when you're stretching and warming up for a sport, you don't start with the most difficult in either direction activity. So and you want to feel when you get to that M sound, feel the vibration if you can in your front of your face. That's what's called mask resonance. And the more of that you have, the more set up for success you'll be. Fucking cockroach. Come here, motherfucker. Got him. Alright, don't worry guys. I'm safe. Woo! Yeah, the more mask resonance, the more projection you can get. And the less just kind of like buried your voice will be back in the back. That's an issue I had, was singing like this instead of being able to get a little nasally and feel it up here in the front of your face. That helps you project further. I had issues on the mic not being heard, not projecting enough, and that's helping me with that. Another thing I heard from, I forget her name, I'm going to look for her channel, but she had a couple awesome videos on voice as well. But she talked about when you do M sounds, to feel it resonating all the way down your body, into your feet, kind of grounding you into the earth if you can. The reason that's a great reminder is that I think with vocals, your entire body is the instrument. So if your entire body is resonating in unison, you feel that and you're aware of that, you're using all of your chi, all of your electromagnetic force, all of your resonator, like the body of the guitar changes how it sounds. So if you're using all of your resonator, you're going to be a more forceful and complete singer. You're going to have more overtones in your voice. It's going to be overall better. Next thing I do after some Oommms, is I just stretch. Just like a simple up stretch with the breath. Forgive me, I'm a little sick, guys. Sorry about the nose noises. Release, just let it down. And then same thing as I'm releasing, keep pushing out. Go into a down stretch. You can't see that, but basically just touch my toes kind of thing. And then breathe in as I come up. Do some shoulders, get my whole apparatus warmed up. Neck rolls. And a little bit of face and tongue. Another great channel I think is called New York Vocal Coaching, and the dude on there is hilarious. Great personality. He talks about piggy lion face. So lion, piggy. So like squeezing all your face muscles together and then opening them up and just kind of alternating that for a few times to warm up your face muscles. Sticking your tongue out, warming up your tongue, all that. I was a trumpet player, so I'm very used to that lip roll. Sorry, we got garbage people outside. Let me close this. Alright, so the next thing I do is I have a metronome app on my phone. And so this whole explanation is going to take a little bit longer because I'm giving you the full story than the actual warm-up. I think the full warm-up would be maybe 10 to 15 minutes if you did it proper, which is not too much to ask for your voice to be nice and tuned in, dialed in for your session, whatever you're doing. And definitely, do a little version of the warm-up before you sing again if you've been, breaking for a long period of time, if you haven't been using your voice for a while, if it's not warm. But anyways, I use a metronome app. There's a bunch of free ones. This one is just called Metronome as far as I know. And I like to set it to 60, it's Pro Metronome, the one I use. It's free. I like to set it to 60 BPM because that's 60 beats per minute. I use 60, it's a second each. And I do sort of believe in the 60 based math system as being somehow fundamental to humanity and the structure of the universe. So anyways, I've heard good things about tuning into that frequency of repetition. So 60 seconds in a minute. One thing you can do is 4 in, 4 out. Keep it simple. So I like to do in through the nose, out through the mouth. Another one you can do if you want to get a little more complicated is 2 in, 4 out. The reason for that is when you're singing, you're not going to have a lot of time to breathe in. You're going to be... You want to be used to taking in breaths quicker than you let them out. So training that into your warm-up routine is not necessarily a bad idea. So learning how to take quick breaths and slowly let them out is helpful. So here we go, 2 and then 4. I'm going to start with that. Then 3 and 6, 4 and 8. Just kind of climb up and expand my capacity as I go. Gross. So yeah, that gets me going. That gets my breathing apparatus ready. The next thing you can do is just some we already did the ohms. Just again tune into some ums in your mask resonance. Then you can move into what I like to do, which is a little more complicated and full, but it's not that bad once you get to it. So I'll start with, say, my range works with like a B, B major. I'll just tune in, focus on the tonality. Then I'll do closed mouth. 5-note scale, focusing on the resonance, the mask resonance, the full body resonance. And then I'll do a vowel. I'll start with an open mouth vowel. Ah, feels like the most open vowel. Ah. Easy. Easy on your voice, get you warmed up. I like to move it around from the back of my throat up into my nose a little bit and then come back, find a medium point. Another vowel, O, the next most open vowel. O. If you want to be real pro, you can do this with the metronome. Make sure to check in with your breathing always. Make sure you're filling up your lower part of your abdomen if possible, not just breathing with your shoulders or your chest. They always say that, but it's a good reminder every time. Just, are you filling up? Tiffany Goucher, a great singer, told me you fill up your jar and then you kind of sit on that jar for a while. So if you're singing with a full jar, you're good. You don't have to let out a ton of air. You can kind of ride that full sense of air for a while. Great singer. Check her out if you don't know about Tiffany Goucher. You must know about her. Incredible singer, songwriter, producer, etc. All around. Oh, writer. Writes for Lala Hathaway. Yeah. We are on C major, first 5 notes of the scale. Next vowel uses oo, u. Ooh. Another great singer who also taught me some stuff. I forget exactly what he taught me right now, but I love the dude. Eddie Cole. Check out his stuff too. Awesome singer, songwriter, producer, all around Renaissance man, chef, etc. Eddie Cole. A, O, U. The next one I'll do is E often. It's a little bit of a trickier vowel, a little tighter. You want to notice how you're doing it. Try different models of E. E. Different tongue placements, different, that was a little awkward, but different mouth shapes, etc. Another key to singing, I think, is tea. Have your tea ready. Keep your throat warm, warm it up. I was going to say artificially, but with assistance in the AM. This is great for me as a piano player because I'm getting piano warm-up as I'm getting vocal warm-up, as I'm getting full body breathing warm-up. It's all integrated. I'm a musical machine. I'm here to make music. Try different E's, like I said. That New York vocal coaching site has, I think, a whole thing on E. I forget his name, Justin something or whatever. Smiley, Justin Smiley, I want to say. Excellent channel. Definitely check them out. We'll link to everyone that I've mentioned in the bio. Then I'll do like, you know, one last one for good measure. Don't forget yourself. So this is going to be an I vowel. Feel that resonance all up into your head. I've heard another person say that if you sing, pretend you got a string that's on the top of your head and you're like a puppet and it's pulling you upwards and backwards, so that kind of keeps your posture nice. That was a very breathy version, so maybe I'll do a more nasally version. Try to project a little more. Now what I do is the explicit nasals. It's about to get annoying, guys, and gals. But sorry for the afterthought. I like y'all. I'm not Southern, but I like y'all because it's guys and gals and everyone. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. All right. Nasals, super goofy, you know, don't do it in front of someone you're trying to impress necessarily on the first date, but pretty crucial. Yeah, just like you're, I think that Justin Smiley just said, like you're an evil witch. Yeah, get that sound, get really up in there, and it's really helpful to have that access, especially if you're a breathy singer like I am, like instinctually just thin, or not thin, but like deep, yeah, thin in one sense, breathy singer, to get those nasals resonating. I like to go deeper when I'm doing the nasal warm up as well because I think high nasals are easier. Well, not necessarily. They could be like you have to work on not getting too tight when you do them, especially high. I think. I like to do them low because, to me, singing low and volume haven't quite come together yet. I haven't figured out entirely yet how to sing deeply with impact and get heard on the mic. So I'm working on that with this nasal. Now I've come to almost the bottom of my range. Some days I can get down to like E flat, but the general comfortable bottom range is the F sharp. And then what I like to do is just climb up from that. After a short rest, of course, I think resting between any of these steps is helpful. Short, you know, they don't have to be super extended, but some short rests, which I haven't done because I've been talking this whole time. Almost 20 minutes now. You guys are troopers if you're still here with me. Give a little short rest and then do some chromatics. And that just means and you can start articulating now. La, 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 ta, 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 ra, 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 ma, 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 na, 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 na. And I don't like to go all the way to the top of my range at first. I like to kind of still, with that E flat scale, with that last scale, I got to a B flat, and I just went up to a C sharp right there. I don't go too far past that, because my break, where my chest voice goes into my head voice, where you get that, that like goofy little adolescent boy voice break, is right about above there. So I like to work my way up to that break point, and then start massaging my way through the break slowly. So, rocky taki 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 ta. After a little bit of that, I'll start doing actual scales. And I can start all the way at the bottom, but I'm not going to do that for y'all right now. You could start, do a bunch of scales. You can just do 4 scales. I think warm up, you don't need to do all this shit. You need to do something light that gets your voice started, that reminds you of all the things that I mentioned, standing up straight, using your full body, and slowly massaging the vocal cords in both directions till you have a wider range. So I'll just start with say an A scale. La 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 la. If I go up to the 9, where it's past the 1 again, I'm getting close to where my range is, so I'm gonna go up. La 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 la. And I want to remember about my resonance, where am I resonating in my face. I notice for me when I do the nasals and get up high, I start to get kind of tight in the larynx, so I want to be aware of that. I can massage my neck a little bit. I can do like a jaw massage. And yeah, work on keeping relaxed. So I'm just going to go up and do some 5-note scales up high to work through my break now that I've done a couple basic full warm-ups. Yeah. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. Nya 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 nya. Nya 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 nya. Nya 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 nya. So I noticed a little issue there, so I went back and I did a full recap of that same scale because it felt like a little tight on the first run. Make sure you have enough air to be doing these and you're not just squeezing with your throat. That's a big issue out here, is that people sometimes, if they don't have enough support down here, they start to squeeze with their throat and their larynx, and that constricts the vocal cords, and that's just all around bad, can lead to problems, nodes, etc. Dr. Dan is another great vocal coach that I watch on the regular. I am no expert in this area. I should have put that warning at the beginning. None of this is medical advice. Don't take any of this seriously, but check out all the expert vocal coaches that I mentioned in this. Eric Arsenault, Dr. Dan, Justin Smiley, I believe his name is, New York Vocal Coaching. There's a couple females I've watched, and I feel like a total sexist right now because I don't remember their names. But maybe their branding isn't, as on point as those guys. They got graphics and they say their name a lot. But anyways, yeah, I will link as many great vocal coaches as I can at the bottom. This is my first pass at it. Forgive me for the garbage trucks and cockroaches and tea and sniffles and all that stuff. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. I hope this helped some of you find a good vocal warm-up. I will type up just a summary of the warm-up. Again, this is the medium length warm-up. I'm going to work on condensing it into something quick and punchy. And then if you guys want the full extended, including like yoga poses and planks and all that stuff that I have gone a little extra on before, I could do that as well. Just let me know in the comments what you want. Yeah, appreciate you. Good luck and Godspeed, and may the force